We're through, that's all that matters. But let's talk about Aubameyang. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Right. We lose 1-0, but we go through. Difficult game to really talk about because obviously we're through pretty much from the first game. So this game was very, very comfortable indeed. I just looked over my shoulder there because the Spurs game's on. Obviously, they're currently losing the game 2-0, 2-2 on aggregate. Let's see who goes through in that game. I won't be looking around again. So fingers crossed that Spurs go out. But as far as I'm concerned in this game, difficult for us. We'd already won the tie. Let's be honest, it'd be very hard for Arsenal to have collapsed. But for Arsenal to lose to Olympiacos with any team we put out on any given night at home is poor. And this team has a lot of growing up to do. When I look at it, I do think when we concede, we completely collapse. When we have another team have a player sent off, again, we completely fold, don't know how to manage the game. If you look how scared Arteta was, as soon as they scored, straight away he's made substitutes to try and get control of the game because he has no faith of the players that are actually on the pitch, which is a real sort of indictment to where we are as a football club at the moment. But let's talk about the game then. The game itself, I still think we did enough to win this game. I don't think we should have lost, but we've lost because players like Ceballos, Pepe, Aubameyang, El Neni, they're just not doing it for me, like, at all. They're not doing it this season. I'm not impressed with them in any way. I mean, Aubameyang, I'm going to speak about him right now. Let's talk about him. The biggest issue for me is Aubameyang even quick anymore? Yeah, sure, he's pretty quick, but is he rapid? I don't think so. Is his movement particularly good? He makes some good runs off the ball. I'll give him that. There's no denying it. However, is he clinical anymore? I don't think so. I really don't. I think he's hit an age where players tend to be less clinical, but also his confidence is like, I just don't believe he's that clinical anymore. I think he's declined massively in the last sort of 12 months. From where he was at the back end of last season to now, it's night and day. It's really depressing as an Arsenal fan. I'm not going to go as far as say he's lost it, he doesn't deserve to be in the team, any of that, but for me, we need to strip him of that captaincy. He's not a good captain, he can't even turn up on time, that's one thing, but on the pitch, in this game, he's just striding about, moaning that he hasn't scored, almost blaming Pepe for not having tap-ins at the back post, but he's had chances in this game to score. I counted 3 good chances to score, and he's missed all of them, absolutely fluffed his lines. The first one is where he's been put through on and he tried to toe poke it in, but sort of leant back, toe poked it over. A pretty poor finish for someone who's meant to be sort of one of the world's best strikers. The second one, he goes through completely through on goal, and this is where I question his pace. Yes, he doesn't get caught, but he doesn't actually extend the lead that he had, or the yardage that he was given running free on goal. He had a full half to do what he wanted, and they didn't close the gap, but he didn't open up the gap, so I just don't think he's that quick. Also, the angle that he took wasn't particularly favourable. He tried to chip it with his left foot, and it just was horrible miss, and I'm losing faith in every game in Aubameyang's finishing. So with all of that, and he actually can't bring others into play, he can't control the football, doesn't add anything to the other players in terms of 1-2s, any first time touches, he can't control the ball, really. He's a very basic player. You can't play off Aubameyang, you can't actually play with him at all. The only thing you can use him for is his runs off the ball. And so Aubameyang's very frustrating for me. I've been calling him kind of shit for ages, rightly or wrongly. That's up to you guys to decide. I mean, let me know, guys. Like, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Regarding people like Danny Ceballos, who've come in again today, just flat to deceive. Just, they don't do it for me. It's as simple as that. They really don't do it for me. I look at El Neni. We all know what El Neni's good for. Again, I mentioned in the last game, he isn't really good enough to play for Arsenal, but he smiles, he gives it 100%, and he puts in maximum effort. And where we are right now, I prefer that to Dani Ceballos. Yeah, it's just not good enough all round there. So yeah, I'm just really struggling to see, with Aubameyang's lack of form, how Lacazette is being treated in terms of he doesn't seem to get a sniff in a lot of games. Obviously he played against Spurs, and for me he has to keep his position for Liverpool. I do not want Aubameyang starting. I kind of want Aubameyang to be dropped below Martinelli. I just think the captaincy needs to go to someone else, someone who's more consistent. Look, I don't know who it should go to, whether it be David Luiz or Gabriel, even Kieran Tierney. He's there every week, he plays, he's got a great attitude. I have said in the past I don't think he's captain material, so I'm probably completely wrong there with Tierney. But yeah, it has to go to someone else. Aubameyang's just not doing it for me. And if I look at Pepe as well, again, this is his chance to shine, right? Saka's got that position on lock. He comes in, he does a lot of good things. But again, his finishing, his end product is all so poor and inconsistent that you can't justify him being in the team. But I feel sorry for him because Arteta does this ruthless thing where you can be playing a load of games and playing okay. Mari, Holding had the same, Pepe, and he just yanks them out of the team. Even Lacazette just completely yanked out the team. They don't play anymore. It's happened to almost everybody. So Arteta's ruthless. So let's look. I mean, that El Ghazi, I don't know his name. I forget his name. The forward days, he basically rapes us every single time. We can't handle him. He's very physical. He's actually quite a good player. I'd like to see him in the Premier League. He's technically not very gifted, but I think he could get goals. He's perfect for Burnley, and we know what we think about that rugby team. So I would like to see him. Maybe someone could bring him into the Prem. Let's see. But Arsenal go through. I'm wondering who we're going to get in the next round. I hope it's a difficult team, so we have to be on it for the full 90 minutes of both games, because in this one we completely fell asleep and we were never in danger. But I don't enjoy watching Arsenal like that. Just, you know, this at the end of the day, it's my club. I want to see us play and perform, not just sort of just settle for a loss like we did today, because we didn't need the win. Obviously we've won the tie, but I don't know, I didn't feel confident, didn't enjoy this result, didn't even enjoy the watch, especially didn't enjoy Aubameyang's performance, his moaning, not captain-like at all. He's frustrating me for sure. With regards to the player ratings and the manager, I'll get into it. So in goal, Leno, I thought he did really well. We'll give him a solid 6. The whole back four, I thought David Luiz actually, we'll come back to him. So we'll go with Bellerin. Bellerin, okay, didn't do anything special. We'll give him a 6. David Luiz, I thought was the worst at the back today. He got caught up in a lot of things. So I'll give him a 5. 6 for Gabriel, 6 for Tierney. In midfield, El Neni a 5. Ceballos a 5. Xhaka a 5. I thought the midfield was really poor today. It didn't really dictate much. Kind of held onto the ball too much, dilly-dallied, got it robbed off us a lot, didn't really control the game. And up top, Aubameyang, you're our captain, our talisman, I'm giving you a 4. You just keep missing big chances. Pepe a 5. And Smith Rowe, I mean, he did some nice bits, I'm going to give him a 6. For the subs, I mean, no one really impressed. I mean, as soon as Partey and Odegaard came on, it was a completely different level, complete improvement. I'll give, for this particular game, I'll give Partey a 6, Odegaard a 7, because he just came on, and I've told everybody, and I've said before, I don't think he's good enough. Well, maybe I'm wrong on this as well, because clearly he's better than what we had on the pitch there, but it was Dani Ceballos, who we know is not an Arsenal man. So as far as the subs, that's all. I mean, Martinelli didn't get enough of a shout. I'm gutted that he's not playing enough for Arsenal. So that's a shame. We'll just give him a straight up 6. Arteta, I thought he got it wrong. He picked a team that could cruise to victory and we didn't. Is it his fault? Well, not really, but he is the manager, so Buckley's with him. I'm going to give him a 5. Didn't go out to win this game. So I know he had Liverpool in his mind, but just wasn't good enough. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe. Peace out. Catch you in the next one.